You've once again stated that a Pantera reunion is completely out of the question. Why do you think people don't get tired of talking about
People are
Forrest?
selfish, man. You know, they want what they want. They don't care what you want, you know. And it's unfortunate that people go, oh, wow, man, they could get Zakk Wylde to jump up there on stage and it's Pantera again. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not that simple. You know, if Eddie Van Halen wants to get shot in the head 4 times next week, would everybody be going, hey, man, Zach, go play for Van Halen. Just call it Van Halen. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's really selfish for people to think that, and it's stupid. They call it a reunion for a reason. It's called bringing the original members back to what it was, you know. So there's a lot of these things.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cocktails Rocktails with me, your most notorious groupie, Alice Rouse, author of We've Got Tonight, The Life and Times of Notorious Groupie, me. That's right, folks. Great to see you all here again, and thank you, as always, for all the love and support. You guys are friggin' awesome. And welcome to all the new people. In case you want to know where you can get my book, my merchandise, everything, it's down in that description. So head south, folks. Tickle around. You'll have a lot of fun when you go down. All right. And today on Cocktails and Rocktails, we're going to talk about a little tour that's happening. That maybe should never have happened. We're going to talk about a couple things because I was also, as I was getting ready to film today, I did come across something on my YouTube channel, The Icons, that was about one of the band members. And I think I have a lot to say about that. So today, you guys, we're going to be discussing the Pantera tour that is currently sort of happening because some of it is not happening. And for the cocktail today, we're just having a regular little screwdriver. Sophia's not here with us today. If you know, you know. I had to send her back to Shady Pines. She was getting a little lippy. So, but today as a cocktail, like I said, screwdriver, because some people are screwed or not so screwed. So everybody, kick up your screws. Wait, kick up your feet, grab your screws, and let's have a little cocktail rocktail. Cheers, big ears. Delish. And yes, for the person who commented, I am going to have my nails done again soon because I like to give my nails a break for every so often. But they'll be back in business soon. Anyway, it surprises me some of the things everybody notices. But so anyway, today we are going to talk about the Pantera tour that's happening. Because, I mean, it was a lot of controversy. Just the announcement of this tour. There's definitely two camps that, oh yeah, this is a great idea. And there's the camp that's not such a great idea. And the camp that's saying it's not such a great idea, well, they're getting a bit of a win right now because some of the shows are being canceled. 3 big, huge festivals. They got together and they said, nope, we don't want you playing. And this is because of Phil Anselmo and his anti-Semitism, his disgusting mouth, his attitude. Don't know if it's drugs anymore. I can't tell you. It was back in the day. But because he says a lot of inappropriate things that offend all kinds of human beings. So to me, this is kind of messed up because it's tarnishing Pantera's name. Big time. And to me, it just irritates me because Vince and Paul worked so hard from day one to make Pantera what it was. And they became icons and metal giants. And it was all due to Vince's vision, Vinny's dream. Everything, you know, and to watch all these shows get canceled once again because Phil's mouth, the Pantera name is falling apart. Because this is the issue that tore apart Pantera in the beginning. Well, Phil's drug doing mostly, but also his mouth on and off that stage because he was still saying these anti-Semitic things and horrible things that should not be said. And he comes out because he knows he's doing it again. So he comes out and is like, I'm so sorry about it. Nobody should say it. You shouldn't listen to it. And I was so wrong. And whatever, Phil. Whatever. If it was so wrong, quit saying it, because you've been saying it for 30, 40 years. If that's not who you are, then demonstrate it. But what you're demonstrating shows who you are. And it is a tarnish to the Pantera name. To the Pantera legacy. I can tell you right now, Vincent Paul is rolling in his grave and Dime is looking over going, dude. And not just because of these shows getting canceled, but because of the reception. And they are filling out arenas playing on these big shows, which is cool, but they were not supposed to be labeled as Pantera. They were just supposed to be playing Pantera's music to bring it back to the fold. And something tells me that Zach's not getting a birdie. So a birdie tells me that, certain members of this offshoot of Pantera, because that's the only way to describe it, are not happy with it. And not happy with the reception and are regretting it. And it's not Phil and Rex, because Phil and Rex were doing it for their own personal reasons. I don't know why, Phil, but Rex, definitely for the money. We're going to talk about Rex in a minute. Because Rex got a big mouth too. The stuff that comes out of his mouth makes me go, oh, girlfriend, no, you didn't. Oh, girl, no, girl, you did not, Rex. Mm-mm. So, but that's kind of my feeling on the current situation of the Pantera tour. I think it's falling apart at the seams. The brothers are definitely looking down, shaking their head. Vincent Paul is disappointed in everything that's happening. Because like I said, it is destroying the Pantera name. And to me, Vin put Pantera together and he worked his ass off to make them who they were. He gave up everything to do that. And what's happening to it? It's becoming a joke. But you want to know who the real joke is? That's going to be Rex. Like I said, oh girl, no you didn't. Because, Rex would not be anything. I like I said, when I was getting ready to shoot today, I always kind of just watch videos on YouTube and stuff. And this Icon video, I'll put the link down in the description, had Rex on it. I'm like, oh, I've got to watch this. Oh, I got to watch that shit. Oh, girl. Like I said. And, Rex said some things in that interview that just totally, I was like screaming at the monitor. Because one of the things he said, and this was talking about after Dime was unalived by Nathan Gale with Mayhem and Anthony and everybody, it just, because Rex was talking about Phil out in the press, how Phil has always had this kind of mouth. And Rex was like, well, I didn't know what to think about that. He's like, we don't talk about this stuff in the press. Excuse me? Excuse me, Rex? What just came out your mouth? Oh, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Oh, Sweet Pea. Let's talk about what you talked about in the press for years. Promoting that book of yours where you completely trashed Vin and Dime. And you even went as far to put a low blow and say, oh, Vincent Paul never got, what I gave him on the road. Trust me, I was on that road with him, Rex, and I was on the road with you too. You were the one that never got the chicks. Because number one, you look like a broke down Steve Buscemi who was gay for pay. All right? For starters, girl. All right? Let's get that straight. Number two, your mouth. In that book, in the interviews, what a hypocrite. Because the stuff you said made it so Vincent Paul, you actually put the nail in the coffin of Pantera never getting back together while Vin was alive and having Zach. Because that was thrown around. This idea for this tour was thrown around while Vin was alive. And he didn't want to do it. And you know why? Mainly Rex. Yep. And for Rex to be a hypocrite and say, oh, well, Phil was such, it disappointed me that he said this in the press. Well, what about you? How do you think the rest of the band felt so disappointed, so betrayed, and now you're coming on this whole icons thing and you're saying, God rest him, God love him, we were so close. No, you weren't. Because that last couple tours, as long as I knew Pantera, which was the 8 years that I was with Vin, because, like I said, the last time Vin and I were together were just a few months before the Nathan Gale and everything happened at the nightclub. When we lost Dime and Mayhem and everybody else. Drum tech Cat was shot. Other people were hurt. And that's how many years I was around Pantera, like 3 or 4 different tours. Not to mention I met them when they first started touring the U.S. on the Cowboys from Hell tour. So I have a pretty well educated first-hand experience with Pantera. Very well. So, with his low blows and trying to kiss butt to Vincent Paul to make himself look good with the fans and kiss butt to Dime after everything he said in his book and in the press. Double front flip for you, Rex, okay? Because both you and Phil, the magic that really built Pantera wasn't you and Phil. It was Vin and Dime. And I credit mostly to Vin because, like I say, that's going to be talking about in an upcoming video. Or a past one. I don't know if I've posted it yet. But anyway, there's always the one person in the band politics, the dynamics, that know the business, that build the band, that run the business, that do all the promotion, that have that vision, and they guide it and control it even. And in Pantera, it was Vincent Paul. All the way. It was his vision and his business and his guiding and everything, even with Dime and stuff. I mean, you guys watch this with Phil, or with Rex. Like I said, the link is down in the description. Tell me what you think in the comments after you watch it, because, like I said, this is everything Rex says. Really, girl? Oh. You got some splaining to do for that hypocrisy. And don't sit there and say that, we were just tired of each other. You guys were tired of each other by the time I met you in Seattle in early 1995. Okay? You guys were tired on separate buses. Dime and Vin on one bus, which that bus Vin owned. And then Rex and Phil. So of course there were these two camps. Of course there was a split. And Dime and Vinny on one and Rex and Phil doing another. But he makes it seem like there was not... He makes it seem like he had no part in the downfall of Pantera. Oh, he had a big part. He did. I was there. I know. I listened to Vin many, many nights. Sitting on the phone while they were in Europe when Phil OD'd again. And now look what these two clowns are doing. Of course, there's Rex riding on the coattails. Because that's the only thing he could do. He tries to compare himself to John. Dude! And say John was just a madman and did what he wanted. No, John was just that talented that the whole rest of the Who had to keep up with him. But since you are a mediocre talent, Rex, you would not recognize that. And again, I know because I knew John. Obviously. So it just, like I said, just, between these two clowns on the new tour and Phil's mouth running again, creating destruction, God, seems like that last tour with Pantera. A total mess. Total mess. So, tell me what you guys think. If anybody's actually seen the show, yeah, tell me what you think down in the comments. And let's start placing a bet. How long do you think this tour is actually going to last? Do you think it's actually going to make the rest of the tour? How many other shows are going to cancel them? I'm thinking at least 50%. And Phil and Rex, you deserve it. But you know who doesn't? Diamond Vin. Because you guys are just destroying everything. The dream that Vin built. And that you guys did help build. But let's face it, like I said, Vin was the Führer in Pantera. He was the one that controlled its destiny. And it's just dynamics. It's just the way the bricks fall in every band. Every band has that one. And then the different characters in the band. And this just happens to be Pantera. Because like I said, this new tour, the first few shows, people were excited. But then they realized it's not the same kismet. It's not the same magic. It's not going to happen. And that magic actually died because of all the backstabbing that Rex did, all the lying, all the slandering in his book, all the just completely taken off on his ego, thinking he would be so much bigger without Pantera. Well, guess you were wrong about that, Phil, or Rex, whichever one you are. You both go into that same category. So, all right, guys, that's what I think. I think this whole Pantera tour has absolutely destroyed the legacy that Vin built. And yeah, he's not alive to say it, so I am. And 50-50 shot, no, it's actually an 80-20% shot if this is how he would feel. 20% he would feel good about this tour and this little thing that Rex did, 80% that he would not. So like I said, you guys, if you see the Pantera show with Charlie and Zach, which, like I said, little birdie tells me things aren't going real smooth with those two and the other two clowns. Zach and Charlie are not clowns. They were great friends and doing what they thought would be something great in the memory of the boys. And it's not in the memory of anything, because those two egos of those two clowns are totally just putting a shadow over what Pantera was. And I just hope it ends soon so it doesn't totally be destructive to the legacy. So, all right, guys. Thanks for listening to my babble. Hope everybody's doing great. And for those 45% that are just stalking my channel, hit that subscribe, hit my bells, so you can get all the cool stuff that I'm going to be doing here on Cocktails and Rocktails. And yes, I am going to have an extremely limited number of my little ebooks, these right here, printed out to use as giveaways. So you guys, but that's only for members, subscribers, and Patreons. But Patreon, I've got some stuff over there I'm going to talk to you guys about. So hang tight over there. All right, guys. Thank you for all the love again. And hope to see you here next time on Cocktails and Rocktails with me, Notorious Groupie Alice Rouse. Cheers, big ears. And Sophia will be here next time too.